I'm Mackayla. Welcome to the Soundtrack of Our Lives podcast. We're going to jump right in with the two hardest questions of all. Who are you and what have you been up to recently?
Those are hard questions. My name is Sophia Warren. I'm a singer-songwriter from Austin, Texas. Recently, I actually just had a show at Arlen Studios here in Austin with Sonic Guild. That was like so much fun. And I'm working on music as I usually am, as most artists usually are.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
So, for somebody who hasn't seen you live, what could they expect from a live show?
I try to like involve as much comedy as I can,
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I like to get the audience laughing. So if you were to come to one of my shows, I would hope to make you laugh. That's my main
That's a
goal.
fun goal.
Yeah. Like let's everyone have a good time and be loose and
Yeah.
enjoy ourselves.
Yeah. So, do you tell jokes or how do you?
Yeah, like jokes about the songs or a
Okay.
lot of the stuff I write is very sad. So like I'm like, let's keep, being up. I can't tell a joke right now. I'm not gonna tell a joke right now because it's gonna be terrible. But yeah, I mean, just things here and there about the songs and stuff. I'm not a comedian, but I feel like I love to make people laugh too. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, listen, enjoy yourself, feel loose enough to be able to do that too.
Right. You got to be able to not make it an entire sad show.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Let's keep us like neutral. Let's not get too in our feels.
Right. You have to have a moment, but then you got to pull it back.
Exactly. Exactly. Keep the balance.
So you mentioned working on new music. Can you share anything about that?
Yes, I'm kind of going through a different, like, I feel like I go through phases of kind of
Hmm.
genres I'm interested in or artists I'm interested in. And recently I've been feeling like very pulled to sort of the more electronic end.
Okay.
I've used a lot of real instruments in a lot of the songs I've done before, but I feel like I'm in that next phase of this sort of electronic sound is coming back, but it's coming back in such a new and different way.
Hmm.
And I feel like we're pulling again from like the 2010s and stuff,
Yeah.
and to see that come back is really cool. So mostly trying to move over genre wise right now, which is hectic and crazy, but it's always exciting, like exploring that other area, and other
Hmm.
sounds.
Who would you say are some of the main influences in that new electronic sound for you?
Oh, like I guess it'd be some of their later stuff, but like a lot of like what Radiohead's done with their electronic sound.
Hmm.
Another band that's like a little underground. I guess they're not that underground. The Help, and they're releasing like an album tomorrow, which I'm like so unbelievably excited for. But just like weird, like different stuff. Like I love creating like things that are just unusual, that are more niche, but can
Hmm.
kind of grow to that bigger audience with lyrics and vocals. Like I don't know, I'm always looking to do something new and different within whatever genre I choose.
Yeah. How do you choose like which genre you go into next, or does it kind of happen naturally?
I think it happens naturally. Like I think Bloodstone, my first EP and my second EP, Adesso, both had those sort of electronic elements, but it wasn't as full-fledged. But I think over those two EPs I've released in these past 2 years, I've realized that I've like slowly been like drawn more and more towards it, especially too, because it's like transporting on all that as well. Like if you're gonna go do a show and you have like five band members and need to like organize all of that, like it's a pain in the butt.
Hmm.
So also being able to play so many more shows in different places and areas and stuff because it's so like just fluid being able to bring like a laptop and have somebody else there with me and be able to explore into a whole new audience. Like that's another thing that's like this is so cool. And
Yeah.
this is like definitely like something I see like right now a lot of eyes on.
Hmm. So you mentioned playing a lot of shows. Do you have any shows in particular that stand out as being more memorable?
I think one of my like more memorable ones, and maybe because this was like the first time like being on like TV in my local area, but I did like CBS, and that was very fun. Like just like seeing the behind the scenes of everything and like
Hmm.
news anchors and stuff, and you're like, oh, I know that guy. My mom watches that guy in the morning, like it was very cool to see like the interworkings of everything. But it was super fun.
That's very cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
And you probably have a professional recording of it too.
Yeah, that too. That too. I'm like, here's my face on TV, give me some shows.
That's pretty special. Not everyone gets to say that.
Oh yeah, no, I'm like pinching myself constantly because I'm like, how do I get to be on TV? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, holy crap, this is so cool.
So Do you prefer that kind of performance to a live show or?
Live show for sure. I think it was cool seeing like all of the behind the scenes of like
Hmm.
teamwork and stuff like that. But this show we just did at Arlen, it was like I love that feeling of the audience and especially like hearing the feedback and feeling the energy of the room. Like it's nerve-wracking at first because you're getting up on the stage in front of a bunch of
Hmm.
people, but once you're in there, it's like you're just hanging out with a group of friends and you're sharing your music and it's there's nothing else like it.
Yeah. More special because there's more people to enjoy it.
Oh, that too. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Because like TV is cool, but there's not as many people there.
No. It's
It's hard.
cool. It's
Yeah.
cool because it looks cool, but yeah,
Right.
the coolest thing is being able to share music with people and them connect to it in a certain way. It's awesome.
And you also can't like feed off the energy of the crowd.
Oh, that too. At least it was only like 2 songs on CBS. So I'm
Hmm.
like, I get my 2 songs in. I get to see all this stuff. This is really cool. But yeah, the best baseline like stuff is being able to sing in front of people and get that vibe going.
Yeah. How would you describe the vibe of one of your shows?
I feel like it's like that. It's like just a bunch of friends like hanging out and listening to music, you know? Like I think before because I have social anxiety and you know, it's always very like tense for me getting in front of a bunch of people.
Hmm.
But after a while, like once you're in, you know, standing on stage and you know, you're getting feedback and people are like laughing at the jokes you're making, whatever, it just feels like you're just a group of people hanging out and it's not like you're separate from them. You
Hmm.
know, it's like we're all in this together and enjoying ourselves with this, you know, music that's being played.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's interesting because I also have social anxiety, which is why
Mm.
I choose to do this versus I don't think I could sing on stage because I can't sing, but like versus to be like on stage. So that's very interesting that you chose to do something much more visible.
Yeah, it was definitely like very difficult in the beginning, and it still is very difficult. But I feel like that's one of my like my big thing I have to overcome in life. Like it's so hard talking to people. It's so hard being in front of stage, you know, in
Hmm.
front of people. And I'm like, if I could slowly make baby steps and, you know, I have this as a job, which is literally like the opposite of social anxiety, what I
Yep.
have to do, you know? I'm like slowly it gets better and I'm like, oh, I can do these things and
Hmm.
you know, I can be in these spaces and not feel like, you know, I don't belong here. But it's an ongoing battle, as I'm sure you know,
Yep.
every day.
What advice would you give to somebody with social anxiety who's kind of trying to decide if music or, performing is right for them?
I think that there's like what one of my like tricks or one of my things that I do a lot. And I think a lot of people with social anxiety or anxiety in general sort of fall into the trap of, and I still it happens to me, is like not getting so dragged down by that well of like what could happen and you know if this happens or that happens or playing those things over and over again in your head
Hmm.
to just be in the moment as hard as that may be, feel those feelings and each time it gets better. That's something you truly love and truly want, you know, like I did. Those baby steps are, you know, it might be 0.1%, but it's still 0.1%, you know, you're
Yeah.
still moving forward. You're still going as difficult and how long is that process is going to be. Like it's so worth it because it gives you so much confidence in yourself and you realize that you can actually do these things, you know?
Hmm. That's a really good spin on it. Much better way of thinking about it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm always like, be in the moment. Don't be thinking about all the things that could go wrong right now because we love to do that. We
Yep.
love to do that.
It's a lot
It's
easier. Then you're prepared for every situation.
yeah, no, I know. Then you're now you know what's going to happen. Something this happens, you can do that.
Hmm.
But then it's like, I'm not even here right now. I'm
Right.
in
I'm
here.
like, I've spent all of my time thinking about these scenarios. I'm not
Right.
enjoying what's currently happening.
Exactly. And then when you get there, it's like literally the exact opposite of what you thought was going to happen. And then you're like, oh, okay.
Oh, but I didn't prepare for it to go
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
well.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I only
Exactly.
prepared for it to go badly.
I know. And then your brain it keeps going while you're there and then yeah, it's a mess.
It's
But
so fun.
it's so much fun. But we're moving forward. We're taking those steps. We're taking those
Yeah.
baby.
Every time you do it, it gets a little bit easier.
Exactly. Exactly.
Not much, but
Like I said, like 0.1% baby step, slowly but surely.
hmm. So before you step on stage, how do you kind of like psych yourself up to, step out there?
I think it's head first for me. Like
Hmm.
just do it. Because if I think too much about it or I'm gonna like back out and not want to do it, then I'll be like, but the majority of the time I'm just like, actually all of the time, I don't think I've ever backed out. I think all the time I've just been like head first, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Get it done and over with. You won't have to be anxious about it. Just do it. And then once I'm on stage, I'm like, okay. And I sort of find my space and that familiarity after a while. And then I'm like, all right, now I'm comfortable. But a lot of the times you just sort of have to psych yourself out and just be like, just do it, bro. Just do it, bro. Just do it. Like push yourself into the water metaphorically.
Like, I don't have a choice. I got to get it done.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Too late now.
Yep. Just close your eyes and do it. You'll be good.
Take that leap of faith.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because, I mean, you have all the skills. You know what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you know what you're doing and have some, sort of an idea, you got it. But still, it's like, oh my gosh, there's so many people here. It's a mess. Yeah. But
no, I get it. It's scary.
It is scary.
But it feels good that once you've done it, you're like, oh, I did that.
Exactly. It feels so much better to have done it than not to have done it. Like, yeah. And you like, what is it? You'll miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Whatever that old man basketball saying is. You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Like, I always think of that. I'm like, I have to take the shot because this could be the shot. And I
could be, and you never know.
Yeah, exactly. And then you're in your head about that could have been the shot and I could have done that. And then it's a whole other big mess.
Right. Like buy that lottery ticket. It could be the winning one.
Exactly. And then you don't buy it. And then you're like, I could have won it. That could have been me.
And it's like that person at that shop could have been me.
Yep.
I always imagine like if you're the person who buys the lottery ticket right before them, like.
Yeah. How do you feel? that's the worst.
Or you were going to, and you were like in line and then maybe you stepped out and then.
That is karmic.
That must suck.
Rather than like losing like $1 billion, I'll take social anxiety over that. That'd probably be pretty bad.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like social anxiety could propel you, like the way you're using it could propel you into getting $1 million with your music and
exactly
just pushing through it.
Exactly. I think that's my goal. I'm like, you know what? I'm pushing myself and this is so hard. Like there's got to be there's a light at the end of the tunnel. There's a light at the end of the tunnel of, pushing yourself and, trying to get out of your comfort zone that you will be karmically rewarded. That's like my idea.
Yeah. You will be at some point,
Yeah.
So how does this new music you're writing differ from how you used to write music in the past?
I think it's less, I don't know. It's like those phases you kind of go through. And I feel like right now it's more abstract. I feel like I'm writing more. I sort of had like this like stump for months where I was like, just didn't know what to write. And I'd sit down with my guitar and I'd be like, my brain is empty, just absolutely empty. And then typically that means like, I need to switch something up. Like something is not working how it should be. So I've been trying to sort of stretch myself in that other end of more abstract stuff and just kind of non-tangible things, because I feel like I wrote like that a little bit in my first and second EP, Bloodstone and Adesso, but I feel like there was a lot more story driven than sort of having these abstract pieces. And I feel like at times that sort of connects to the audience more rather than sort of just being like splaying it out and this is how it is and this is how I feel, having it be more, I'm going to use the word again, abstract. People are able to, connect to that in different ways that maybe you hadn't intended. So I'm always trying to have that, like, let people know like what you're feeling and what you're going through. Like there is in fact somebody else going and feeling that and in the same way that you're feeling it. So always having to have that core of my lyrics, like you're not alone.
Yeah. It's good because it does feel like you're alone a lot of the time, but you're really not.
Yeah, exactly. You have me.
Perfect. That's all they need.
That's all you guys need. You just need me. So.
Yeah. So you mentioned kind of struggling with finding inspiration. How do you motivate yourself to keep going when that hits?
I think I just always like look for just in different areas inspiration, whether that's like going to like a museum or, day or two vacation at the beach or something, like just like getting out of my general routine. Because you get so locked up in that and what you do on a daily basis. And it's just like just absolute monotony.
Yeah.
And you're not going to create something different, new if you don't like switch it up. So I always feel like I'm like looking for something new and different and trying to change up my lifestyle. And because creativity is so fickle and
Hmm.
it's such like, it is such you. So it's like, okay, I need to be better at my job. That means I got to go like go to a museum or go take a walk at a park. Like I got to like, make sure I'm ready for my creativity to come out. But yeah, I think that's such a hard thing as an artist, not getting stuck in that monotony and writing the same things over and over again. But those are some things I try to negate that happening. Like
Yeah.
just switch it up, just do something different.
What kind of museums do you like to go to?
I love like contemporary art, and I'm very much into like Renaissance era things. I'm a very big history fan. So
Same.
yeah,
Same.
really anything, like anything that has any sort of history to it. I'm like, I'm in. I'm there.
Do you
But
have a favorite museum?
I really liked the Blayton Museum here in Austin. They do a lot of like Native American art as well as like a lot of contemporary stuff. And they also have they have like so many different, they have a Renaissance area too. The babies in the Renaissance era painting and the dogs, that is the funniest thing. So if you also want to get a chuckle, go to a Renaissance museum and look at that because whoo.
Yeah.
But no, that's probably my favorite right now, but I need to do more exploring with that because they have that one like here. It's called the Museum of Junk in
Oh,
Austin.
I've
And
heard
it's
of
like,
that. Yeah.
yeah, I've been here 10 years, have not gone. But it looks really, really cool. And I'm like, just a bunch of like crap made into junk. I'm like, that's awesome.
Maybe that's your next museum visit.
I think that is. I think we're putting it out right now. Look on my Instagram in a few days. You'll see some Museum of Junk photos for sure.
Yeah. I think that would be cool. Definitely inspiring because you'd like just random stuff would pop out, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And getting that energy from like other artists and what they've created and the feeling that it invokes and all that
Hmm.
wooey creative stuff. It's fun. It's cool.
So before I ask the last question, is there anything else you wanted to mention or talk about?
No, I think I don't know. I've been having a great conversation. You've had some great stuff. I think no.
Okay. So our last question is, what is the soundtrack of your life?
Ooh. Does it have to be an album?
It can be whatever you want because it is your life.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. You know what song's popping into my head right now? Maybe this isn't the best song, but
But if it's the first one that comes to you, then it's
yeah,
it's true.
that it was in Shrek 2. It was a
Okay.
Pete Yorn song, and it was the one where they're any Shrek 2 fan will know when they're in the potions room and they're like doing all it's the Pete Yorn ever fall in love with someone, ever fall in love with someone you weren't supposed to fall in love with.
Yeah. It's
Like
Ever
that,
Fallen in Love. I
yes.
just looked it up to make, yeah.
Yes,
That's a good
that's it.
song.
That song, for some reason that popped in my head, but I'm like, oh, yep. That's what those two EPs are about. Fall in love with people you shouldn't fall in love with. That
Happens to
hits.
all of us.
Yes, yes, it does. Unfortunately,
It's kind of part of growing.
it is. It truly is. You don't grow if you don't make mistakes and figure that out. But I'm like, at this point in my life, I'm like, I'm gonna be a lonely old lady with my dog,
You know,
and
I was reading a study the other day that said that women, like in our generation of women, are more likely to not want to be in relationships.
yeah, I saw that. I saw the Vogue article that was like,
Hmm.
it's embarrassing having a boyfriend now. And I'm like,
Right.
mm, kind of.
It's kind of funny because so
Yeah.
I do activities at a senior living facility and they're all like, do you have a boyfriend? Do you have this? Like, because they're all like, yeah, I met my husband and we like did dances and like they talk about their boyfriend, like that all the people. I'm like, that's just so different than our generation.
Yeah, I think that's not sort of our main focus is not to get married and have kids and be like a homemaker. We're like, we want to go do what we want to do, and when we're ready to do that, we'll do it.
Yeah.
But for right now, like we want to be independent woman and
Right. I
when
think it's because we're aware we have more options.
yeah, that too. Like there's not you don't have to be forced into getting married and having kids now. You
Right.
just
A
do
lot of them were school teachers. A
hmm,
lot of school teachers,
hmm,
which
interesting.
makes sense because that's a very feminine, like an elementary education is very much more like female fronted.
Hmm. And none of that, I was homeschooled, so I don't
Okay.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
But
Well,
mostly just mothers and school teachers is who I work with.
oh, okay. I mean, that seems like a pretty
Yeah.
chill group to work with.
Yeah. You know, they're senior citizens, so.
Oh, I mean, senior citizens are cool to work with sometimes. I mean,
Sometimes, yeah.
once like the dementia starts coming in, then maybe not, but
Yeah, it's a job.
yeah, get some
Yeah.
stories out of it.
Oh, I definitely do.
Yeah, they probably got some crazy stuff.
Yes. I'm like, are you telling the truth or are you just like remembering it weirdly? I'm like, did that actually happen?
I know. Sometimes, yeah, that's how it feels. It's like,
Hmm.
are you creating up an elaborate plan for me right now?
Because also, like, when we look back on our own memories, we remember stuff differently.
Yep, that's yeah. I wrote a song about that actually. That's what I have a song, Static, and like the idea of it was like a lot of prosecutors that, memory isn't always trustful because of that. Like
Hmm.
they'll go back and remember something and details may have changed. And it's like a tape on a VHS. Like every
Yeah.
single time you watch it, it slowly gets a little bit more like not right, a little bit more static here. Like every time you recall it, it's gonna change and be
Hmm.
different.
That's why they don't always trust witness statements.
Exactly. Yep. That's
Yeah.
exactly what, which is interesting. I'm nerding out. That's
Yeah.
that's my nerd out for the podcast.
So, for all of our listeners who wanted to stay updated on you, hear your current music, see you live, hear the new music when you eventually put it out, where can they find you?
It is Sophia Warren music on all platforms. I made sure because I was like, it's got to be all the same everywhere, so people
That's
can
good.
find it
That
anywhere.
that is helpful for people.
Yes, it is. So Sophia Warren music, lock into your brains right now.
Okay.
Type it down.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today.
Yes, thank you so much. This was really fun.
Awesome. Well, have a nice rest of your day.
You as well. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.